Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Hi 2. We're on page 22. By the way, I'm good, in case you're interested on how I feel. Hope everything is just okay. Page 22, lesson 2.2, dreams, sweet dreams. Alright, listening and speaking, guys. Exercise 1. With a partner, look at the diagrams. Using the words, try to recall a dream and tell your friend about it. Well, guys, check out the words, please. Check out the words. The first diagram is related to crying. Crying. Now, take a listen. Burst into tears. Burst into tears. Whimper. Whimper. Weep. Weep. Sob. Sob, shed tears, shed tears, shed tears, blubber, blubber. Okay, so the first, let's say, crying related phrase is burst into tears. Everyone, we say burst into tears, burst into song, burst into laughter. Burst means to suddenly begin to do something. So, burst into tears means to suddenly begin crying. Burst into laughter means to suddenly begin to laugh. Burst into song means to suddenly begin to sing. By the way, the past form is burst and the PP form is burst. So burst, burst, burst. For example, much to my surprise, Ben suddenly burst into tears. He suddenly started crying. Poor guy. Whimper. Whimper, everyone, means to cry quietly and weakly. It is a verb. It can be a noun too. Whimper. So to make low crying sounds or to speak in this way. For example, he heard the dog whimper. Or, it's not my fault, she whimpered. As I mentioned, whimper can be a noun too. Next one, weep. Weep. Everyone, weep means to cry, especially for a long time. Cry tears. The past and past participle forms are wept. So weep, wept, wept. To cry. People in the street wept with joy when the peace was announced. Or she wept bitterly when Paul left. She wept bitterly. Weep can be a noun too. For example, it might help you to have a good weep. To have a good weep if you just start weeping. Next one is sob. Sob. Sob is a verb. It means to cry noisily, taking in deep, breath. For example, I'm right now sobbing. This is sobbing, everyone. Sob. For example, I found her sobbing in the bedroom because she'd broken her favorite doll. Or you're not going to help matters by lying there sobbing. Sob. Next one is shed. Shed. Shed tears. Everyone, shed tears means to produce tears, to cry. Okay? So we say shed, shed, shed. So past form and past participle forms are the same. Shed, shed, shed. By the way, we say shed tears, shed blood, shed light. So shed tears means to produce tears, to cry. Shed light means to produce light. Okay? Shed. For example, she shed a few tears at her daughter's wedding. Or so much blood has been shed in this war. Remember? Shed tears, shed blood, shed light. Guys, there is an expression, we say shed crocodile tears. Yeah? Shed crocodile tears. Let me just type it here for you. Okay, yeah, this part. Yeah. Okay. So, since we have it in the workbook, it is worth mentioning. So, shed crocodile tears. Everyone, if someone sheds crocodile tears, they seem sad, they seem sorry, upset, but they don't really feel that way. They're just playing they are sad. Okay? Shed crocodile tears. Next one, we have blubber. Blubber. Everyone, blubber means to cry in a noisy way. Cry noisily, like a child. The short form is blob. So, blubber. Again, the short form is blob. Well, if you blubber, you cry noisily. There he sat, just leaning against the wall, blubbering like a child, or blobbing like a child. Oh, stop blobbing. Your knee can't hurt that much. Okay, you're supposed to talk about dreams you've had using the vocabulary here. Well, once I had this dream and I was just shedding tears and sobbing because something bad had happened to me. Okay. Well, the second diagram, everyone, we have desperate, the word desperate. Wow, it is missing here, so I need just to type it in. Oops. So just a minute. So desperate, everyone. Wait a second, please. Okay, so desperate. Okay, desperate. Everyone, when you feel desperate, you feel that you have no hope. You feel hopeless, and you are ready to do anything to change a bad situation. Desperate. Well, everyone, here you can see some collocations related to feeling desperate. For example, we say desperate about. She felt desperate about her future. We say desperate with something. You may feel desperate with fear. The verbs we have get. Desperate. Get means become. Feel. The past form is felt. Seem means sound, look. Make someone desperate. Look desperate. And to be desperate. And we have the adverbs here, guys. Almost desperate, pretty, almost. Truly, really desperate. Slightly, slightly means a little. Fairly, fairly somehow, somehow. And extremely, extremely, very, absolutely, utterly desperate. Okay, for example, everyone, we say the doctors made one last desperate attempt. They made one last desperate effort to save the boy's life. Or desperate measures are needed to deal with the growing drug problem. Or they made a desperate plea, request for help. Or we say look, feel, seem, sound, become, get, or be desperate. For example, I was starting to get desperate. Or the sudden loss of his money had made him desperate. Or we have really desperate, absolutely, utterly desperate. She felt utterly desperate. She felt absolutely desperate. Okay? Or remember desperate with or about. I felt desperate about my future. So, hope you never feel desperate, everyone. Just try to keep your chin up and yeah, just take it easy. Alright, remember to just use the new vocabulary to come up with your own examples and sentences, everyone. Exercise 2A. With a partner, discuss the following questions. Then share your answers with the class. The first question. Why do we dream? So everyone, dream is a verb here. Remember, we have a dream or we dream. Well, guys, there is this widely held theory about the purpose of dream, and it is that dreams, guys, help you store important information, important memories and things you've learned. It just helps you get rid of unimportant memories. You just sort through complicated thoughts and feelings. And according to research, sleep helps store memories. So if you learn new information and you sleep on it, you'll be able to call it better than if asked to remember that information without the benefit of sleep. And when we just think about something, or when our just mind is occupied, when we have a lot of stuff on our mind, we just go to bed thinking about it while we've got a lot on our mind. So this is why we dream. We dream about the past, sometimes we dream about the future, but generally we dream about the things, the events that happened during the day. Okay? And of course, at times we have these frightening dreams, we have nightmares. There are different reasons for nightmares, stress, anxiety, busy life, I don't know, school, exams, homework. Yeah, these are all just some important factors when it comes to having nightmares. Can dreams be real? Of course they can. Dreams can come true. It all depends. By the way, not all dreams are real, guys. Not all dreams can come true, but why not? You dream about something, you have just a glimpse of the future, and it comes true. Just think about Mark Twain when he dreamt about his brother's demise, or Albert Einstein, who dreamt about his theory of relativity, or take the September 11th attack, I mean the terrorist attack on the World Trade Center. Many of the victims, guys, the victims of September 11th had these frightening dreams, these nightmares about the catastrophe. And the last one, have you ever had any true dreams? True dreams. Yes, guys, when I was a teenager, and I was a high schooler, I dreamt about passing the university entrance exam. Back that day, I was supposed to take the entrance exam. It was really competitive those days, and you really needed to burn the midnight oil to make it. And I dreamt about making it and passing the exam. And thank God, my dream just came true. All right. Exercise 2B. Listen to a woman talking about her dreams and answer the following questions. Write T for true, F for false, and NG for not given. Okay. Well, guys, before we take a listen, I'd like you to check out the 8 statements in part B and have a look at the sentences in part C. Remember, this can give you a general idea of the listening audio, the listening activity. You can just highlight and underline the keywords to help you get the correct answers. Okay, just give it a try. Make sure to read the words, the statements, the questions before taking a listen. All right, guys, ready, set, go. So, remember in part B, you need to check true, false, or not given, and complete the sentences in part C. Well, just a sec. All right.
I was 46 years old. I had 3 terrific kids, a happy marriage, and a painting studio where I spent hours every day. Not only was nothing wrong in my life, plenty was incredibly right, but then I had the dream. I was standing at a fence across from 5 or 6 terribly frail people with huge dark eyes and ghostly pale skin. They were trying to tell me something in a language I didn't understand. It was intense and disturbing, and it left me rattled. A week later, I had the dream again. Only this time there were a dozen people trying to get me to grasp what they were saying. The following week the dream returned, but now there were 20 people and they looked desperate. I woke up crying. I started feeling afraid to go to sleep. Even though my husband thought I was overreacting, I called my doctor to schedule a physical. I didn't know what else to do. The receptionist pointed out that I'd just had a physical 6 months earlier. The most I could talk her into was some new blood work. At the appointment, I told the doctor I felt that something wasn't right. He smiled. "You eat well, you exercise, you're healthy. Quit worrying." 2 days later, his nurse called to say my blood work was fine. I relaxed and figured I could put my fears behind me. A week later, the dream was back. There must have been 100 people wailing, screaming, begging me. I kept saying, "I don't know what you want from me. Please, please tell me what I'm supposed to do." A few days later, the fifth and final dream. Back at the fence, only this time nobody is there. I fall to my knees, sobbing, "Come back. I need you to help me." And suddenly I hear one voice. And that voice says 2 words in perfect English. "Look deeper." I called my doctor the minute his office opened. "What's the deepest place in the human body?" he said. "I suppose it's the bowels." And I said, "Then I want a colonoscopy." He explained that I had no family history of colon cancer, no symptoms, that insurance would never cover it. I persisted. I told the gastroenterologist I wanted to be awake for the procedure. I watched the camera twisting and turning and following the curves through my colon. And then I heard the doctor draw a breath and say, "Oh my." There, on the screen, was a black mass, and the doctor put me to sleep on time. It was cancer, aggressive and fast-moving. She later told me that if I'd waited even 2 months, my prognosis would have been grim.
Okay. Well, everyone, in case you need to take another lesson, make sure to replay the audio file and listen one more time. Okay. Now, let's see. Check true, false, or not given. Number 1, she had cancer when she was young. No. Remember, she was happily married, she had a studio. Nothing was wrong, really. So, false. Number 2, in the second dream, there were more people. Yes, it is true. Number 3, she couldn't understand the language of the people in her dreams. Exactly. They were speaking in a language I couldn't understand, she said, if you remember. Number 4, her husband thought she had to see the doctor. It was just the opposite. Remember, her husband said, "No worries, it's not a big deal, just take it easy." So it is false. Number 5, the blood test proved that she had some health problems. Of course, she had a blood test and there was nothing wrong. So this is false. It is false. Number 6, the voice in the last dream told her to look deeper. Yeah, he said, "Look deeper," in perfect English, if you remember. Number 7, the insurance covered all the expenses at the end. Everyone, insurance means the insurance company. For example, you have insurance on your car, on your house, yeah, insurance. We have, for example, Iran Insurance Company, I don't know, Dana Insurance Company. Expenses means costs, expenditure. When an insurance company covers the expenses, everyone, they pay for it. They pay the expenses. So, did the insurance company cover the expenses at the end? We really have no idea. And number 8, if she hadn't had the dreams, the result would have been horrible. Okay? The result would have been terrible, awful. Correct. So she had this recurring dream. There were some guys telling him something she couldn't understand, but one of them said, look deeper. So she called her doctor. She made an appointment. She asked for colonoscopy, and therefore she just got cured. So number 8 is true. 2.c. Fill out the sentences with appropriate words. Then listen again and check your answers. Number 1, it was intense and disturbing, and it left me rattled. Okay? So shall I just type in the answers? Yeah, I think so. So it was intense. Everyone, intense means serious, severe, and disturbing. Disturbing, guys, means annoying. Yeah, annoying. Disturbing means annoying. And it left me rattled. Rattled means nervous, frightened. Rattled. Number 2, the following week, the dream returned. Okay, so she had the dream again, returned. Number 3, I relaxed and figured I could put my fears behind me. Okay, figured. So I relaxed and figured, I thought, I could put my fears behind me. Fear is the noun form of afraid. Everyone, when you put something behind you, you put an unpleasant experience behind you. It means you stop thinking about it. Yeah, you stop thinking about it, and this makes you feel just calm and relaxed. So put something behind you to stop thinking about it. Number 4, there must have been 100 people wailing, screaming, begging me. Well, wailing, so anyone, wail means to cry out with long, high sound. Okay, wail. Scream means to shout, scream, to shout, and beg, asking urgently for something. Oh, please, please beg. Okay, to ask for something urgently. Number 5, I told the gastroenterologist, I told the gastroenterologist I wanted to be awake for the procedure. Again, let me type in the correct answer. So, everyone, gastroenterologist means a doctor specialized in the diseases of the digestive system. Gastroenterologist. I wanted to be awake. Awake is opposite of asleep. For the procedure. Guys, procedure here means a medical operation. A medical operation, surgery. Number 6. I watched the camera twisting and turning and following the curves through my colon. So again, curves. Yes. So I watched the camera twisting. Twist again means turn. Following the curves. Curve means not straight. Yes. Curves through my colon. Colon, everyone, is the lower part of the bowels. So it is a part in our body, the lower part of the bowels. Number 7, it was cancer, aggressive and fast moving. Again, aggressive and fast moving. So it was cancer, aggressive and fast moving. Everyone, when an illness is aggressive, it spreads quickly. It is fast moving. Again, fast moving means spreading quickly. So one more time. Number 1, disturbing. 2, returned. 3, figure. 4, failing. 5, procedure. 6, curves. 7, aggressive. Well, that's it. Now, we have page 49 from our magazine, Roger Federer. So, everyone, may I ask you to go to page 49. Yes, here. Well, guys, before we get started, I'd like to share some pics with you, some pictures with you. Okay, so check the pictures out. So here, guys, you can see Roger Federer, the great professional tennis player, Roger Federer. He's using a towel. This is a towel, by the way. Here you can see Mirka Federer. Mirka is Roger's wife, and they have 4 kids, everyone. 4 kids. 2 boys and 2 girls, 2 daughters and 2 sons. So Mirka, the former tennis player, Roger's wife, and their 4 great children. Next one, this guy, the billionaire, Ian Tiriac. Yeah, Ian Tiriac. Mr. Tiriac was a former pro tennis player, and he's a billionaire. He's a businessman now, Ian Tiriac. Again, here you see Roger with his racket. And everyone, this is ATP rankings. Okay, ATP. Guys, ATP. First, we will discuss it. ATP stands for Association of Tennis Professionals. Ranking means a rank or level in a competition. This is the ATP ranking in 2017. Yeah. So back then, Mr. Federer ranked 5. So ATP rankings, Association of Tennis Professionals. All right, now let's see. Roger Federer, page 49. It is hardly surprising that Roger Federer is widely regarded as the greatest tennis player of all time. Among his dozens of all-time records, he has won 20 Grand Slam singles titles, has held the number one spot in the ATP rankings for 302 weeks, and has won 6 or more titles at 6 different tournaments. Here are 5 interesting facts about this astonishing athlete. So, it is hardly surprising that, we can say no wonder, it is not surprising, so it is hardly surprising, no wonder, it is not surprising that Roger Federer is widely, guys, here means by many people, by a lot of people. Regarded means considered, known. So, no wonder Roger Federer is known as the greatest tennis player of all time by many people. Many people think of him as an icon, as a great champion, as a legend, the greatest tennis player ever. Among his dozens of all-time records, well, dozens of, everyone, here means a lot of, many. All-time means better than or greater than anyone else. And remember, this is a record. As a noun, it is pronounced record. As a verb, it is record. So watch out not to mispronounce it. Record. Record means the best or fastest ever done. So he has a lot of records. For example, he has won 20 Grand Slam single titles. Of course, singles titles. Everyone, title means the position you get by winning the competitors. Singles, everyone, singles. In tennis, we have singles and doubles. In doubles, we have a game played between 2 pairs of tennis players. In singles, in tennis, one person plays on their own against another person. And Grand Slam, everyone, is a set of major matches in a particular sport in the same year. So, singles, we have doubles, and title, the position. So he has won 20 Grand Slam singles titles. Has held the number one spot. Held is the PP form of hold. So he has held the number one spot. Spot means place in the ATP rankings. Remember, I showed the chart, a picture of the ATP ranking for 302 weeks. Wow, a great record. So he has been the best tennis player for 302 weeks and has won 6 or more titles at 6 different tournaments. Well, among his records are winning the 6 or more titles at 6 different tournaments. Everyone, tournament, or in short, tourney, Tourney, tourney means a competition, tournament or tourney. Here are 5 interesting facts about this astonishing athlete. Athlete means someone who plays sports, sportsman, sports person. So guys, below we are going to read 5 surprising facts about this superstar, Roger Federer. Number 1, he has a thing for the number 8. Born on August 8th, 1981, that is August 8th, 81, Federer reportedly considers 8 his lucky number. He, therefore, carries 8 rackets to every match, uses 8 water bottles, and uses a towel 8 times after every set. So, everyone, Roger Federer has a thing for the number 8. So, number 8 is his lucky number, guys. He was born on August 8th, 1981. Guys, please pay attention. We say he was born in August, or we say he was born on August 8th. So, in August or on August 8th, 1981. That is August 8th, 81. Federer reportedly means according to what people say, considers 8 his lucky number. So 8 is Roger's lucky number. He's kind of superstitious, let's say, superstitious. You know, for example, many people hate number 13. They think it is an unlucky number, so we call such people superstitious. He so, as a result, carries 8 rackets to every match. So when he's going to take part in a match, guys, he has 8 rackets. He uses 8 water bottles. He uses 8 bottles of water, and he uses a towel 8 times after every set. Remember the towel? Set, everyone, means a part of a game of tennis. Set. Usually, I think there are 6 sets in a tennis match. So 8 is his lucky number, and he's kind of superstitious. Number 2, the military wouldn't take him. The military wouldn't take him. He didn't do his military service. He didn't serve as a soldier. Like all Swiss men, Federer was required to serve in the country's military. But owing to a long-standing back problem, he was deemed unfit in 2003. Well, like all Swiss men, like means as, everyone, Mr. Federer is from Switzerland, a country in Europe. It means he is a Swiss. So like all Swiss men, like or as everyone in Switzerland, like the people of Switzerland, like Swiss, Federer he had to serve in the country's military. He had to do his military service. He had to be a soldier. But owing to a long-standing back problem, owing to means because of, due to, okay? Owing to, because of, due to. A long-standing means continuing for a long time, for a long period of time. Back problem, he was deemed unfit in 2003. To deem, everyone, means consider. Consider. Unfit means not fit, not suitable, not good. So, guys, because he was suffering from a backache, from a back problem that he had been having for a long time. He didn't do his military service. He was considered not suitable, not good to join the army, and he was exempted. Number 3, he's the richest tennis superstar ever. While Romanian billionaire Ian Tiriac is the world's wealthiest former tennis pro, Federer is the sport's richest superstar with a net worth of more than $450 million. Since turning pro in 1998, he has amassed more than $125 million in prize money. He was the first player to earn $8 million in a single year. So, while Romanian billionaire Ian Tiriac is the world's wealthiest former tennis pro, while everyone means although, even though, Romanian billionaire Ian Tiriac. Remember I showed a picture of Ian Tiriac. So Mr. Tiriac is from Romania. He is Romanian and he is a billionaire. You know, millionaire and billionaire. He has billions of dollars. So Mr. Tiriac is the world's wealthiest, richest, the most affluent former. Former means previous, before. Tennis pro. Tennis pro means tennis professional, someone who plays a sport professionally. Roger Federer is a tennis pro. I don't know, Lionel Messi is a soccer pro. He's a soccer professional. So Mr. Tiriac is the world's richest former tennis pro. Federer is the sport here refers to tennis, richest superstar, he's a superstar, with a net worth of more than $450 million. So he has a total amount of money of $450 million. Anyway, net worth means what is owned minus what is owned. For example, if you have $10 million and you owe $2 million, so 10 minus 2, then your net worth would be $8 million. Okay, so he has a net worth of $450 million. Since turning pro in 1998, since he became a professional tennis player in 1998, he has amassed. Amass means gather, accumulate, collect. He has collected, he has accumulated more than $125 million in prize money. Everyone, prize money means money you receive as prize, money you get as prize. For example, he wins a match, then he wins a tournament, and he gets some prize money. He was the first player to earn $8 million in a single year. So in 1 year, he earned $8 million. That is a lot of money. So talented and smart. Number 4, his family. In 2009, Federer got married to Mirka Wawrinec, a former WTA player. He is a proud father of 2 twin girls, Myla Rose and Charlene, and of 2 twin boys, Leo and Leonard. Guys, in 2009, Roger got married Mirka Wawrinek. Everyone, many students just make a mistake here. Guys, in English, we say Federer, Roger, married Mirka, or we say Roger married to Mirka. So again, Roger married Mirka or Roger married to Mirka. Please and please don't use with. This is not English. So we married someone or we married to someone. So they got married. By the way, Mirka Wawrinek was a former WTA player. Former means before, X. WTA, everyone, stands for Women's Tennis Association. Women's Tennis Association. So she was a tennis player. He is a proud father of 2 twin girls. So Roger is a happy father of 2 twin girls. They have got 2 daughters, 2 girls, which are twins. Their names are Myla Rose and Charlene. So 2 girls named Myla and Charlene. They also have 2 twin boys, 2 sons, named Leo and Leonard. So in total, they got 4 kids. Yeah. And do you remember the picture? And the girls are older than the boys. So he's happily married and he's proudly the father of 4 kids. So blessed. Number 5, 2006 was his golden year. In 2006, Federer won 12 singles titles with an impressive match record of 92-5. Federer reached 16 of the 17 finals during this season. So, what happened in 2006? Roger won 12 singles titles. Remember, title means your position in a match, and singles when just one player plays against another. So in total, there are 2 players in single. So he won 12 singles titles with an impressive match record, and in these 12, everyone. In these 12 singles, his record was 92-5. You see, a great score, a great record. Federer, Roger, reached 16 out of the 17 finals. Final means the last and most important game. So there were 17 finals, and guys, he reached 16 of them. Wow, so impressive during this season. Well, that's it. This is the end of another episode of High 2. Thank you for accompanying us, guys. By the way, make sure to rewatch the video at home, read the text, listen to the audio files. Remember to summarize them, use the new vocabulary we study in the class to come up with your own examples. And remember, as I keep saying, practice makes perfect. Well, that's it. This is your teacher, Mr. Mazlumi from CLI, wishing you all the best. Take care.